Well, welcome back to the Harper's Ferry Model Train Room. Hi, friends. Today we have not really another unboxing per se, but a review of a new item that I just got from Mr. Muffin's Trains. I kind of got into the spirit of York and saw everybody getting new stuff, and so wasn't able to make it to York, but I was able to get some new rolling stock. And unlike most of my other videos where I kind of take a look at a new engine or some used engine, this is going to be a little bit different. So let's take a look at what's inside the box. It's nice individually wrapped. And as we pull this out and take a closer look at it, we see that we have the coal load is nicely individually wrapped, and that comes off and sits neatly like that. And we've got the protector now for a much more detailed coupler. MTH has been doing this for a little while, but I really like it because when you close it and then to release it, there's a little lever on the side, and that opens that up. And you get a little detail here from the brake cable that connects to the other car. All right. So let's take a look at some of the differences between this new 2019 Cole Porter and an older 2000 MTH Cole Porter. Looking at the 2000 model, we'll see that we have a ladder here that's molded in. The step for the brake wheel is all molded in plastic. I spoke of earlier about the difference in the detail of the coupler. This has the older fashioned, coupler with the release on the side, for and the magnetic release located right below that, which doesn't look as nice as the newer couplers that are on here. Looking in carefully in the details, I do see a air cylinder right there for the brakes, and looking along the side, I see some more molded in framework here on the side. Underneath, no notable detail on the newer one. This coal load sits in here like this, but it sits a little high. Okay, I mean, you have coal that's right up along the edge, and it's all molded in, which is fine. I mean, that's how they come. But there's really not much that I can do in terms of a modification here without having to cut this down in order to give it a more realistic coal load effect. Okay, so let's take a look at the new one next. So here's this new Western Maryland. It's a 4-bay hopper. Same type of hopper as that we were just looking at, but let's take a look at some of the details closer. The ladder is done now with metal grab-ons on the side, which looks a lot nicer and more detailed. You see our metal grab-ons that have been added on to the side, and then here on our step, I don't know if you can see that clearly, that is a see-through step that is separately attached. It's not molded on. And so that's very nice. We already talked about the coupler. Going around to the side, you'll see that the details of this framework is separately attached metal bars that are attached on as well. And if we look in closely, we'll see our air tank for the brake sits up a little bit higher, and look really carefully, you'll be able to see the air lines coming from the tank running to the different brake areas. And that's a really nice detail. Some of the things that I noticed right out of the box when I got this, because of I want Western Maryland, to go along with this particular engine. In the other Cole Porter, that it sat really high. The coal load sat very high, okay, inside the Cole Porter. And in doing so, you'll see now this sits a little lower. Let's put them side by side that you can see the difference. And you can see how this coal load on the Western Maryland sits a little lower than the Norfolk and Western. And that's not because of the different railroads, that's because that's a 2000 model, this is 2019. And they have improved the coal load. Now, what I'm gonna do with this is something that I did in one of my earlier videos, and I'll put a link to it in the description, or maybe a card right up there. And what I plan to do is I'm gonna make this coal load look more realistic. And the way that I do that is I take a coal load. This is a coal load from a fish bin, okay? And all drops right in there. And what I did is I added real coal to the top of this coal load so that it looks more realistic. And I don't know if you see that at an angle. You see that's what the modified looks like, and that's what the unmodified looks like. And I've used this method on some of my engines as well to make their coal loads look a little bit better. So check out that video and you'll see exactly what the technique is in order to get a more realistic coal load. So that's just a quick review of some of the details of this new 2019 or newer 2019 4-bay coal hopper. And I'm hoping that you enjoyed the comparison with the older versions. Is it worth the increased in price? I think the retail price of the 2000 model was around 220, 230, something like that. This retailed at 330, and I got it for a bit less than that from Mr. Muffin. Thanks, Mr. Muffin. And I think, yes, it's worth the difference. For one, this is brand new, and it has all these great details that they've added. And I think that being able to get those new details, and the fact that I'll be able to modify the coal load to make it look even more realistic all adds up to a reason to make it worthwhile buying a newer coal porter set if that's what you're into. I want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel, and as of the filming of this particular video, I have reached 700 subscribers, and I really want to thank everyone who has subscribed. It is humbling, the amount of growth that my channel has seen just in the last few months has been a lot. I'm working really hard to deliver more content, and I'm really enjoying sharing the growth and the build of my layout with you, as well as all the neat stuff that I have running on the layout as well. So the train today will be a coal consist headed up by this MTH Challenger 4664 M2 from in Western Maryland livery, and it's a 2007-2008 model that we will do a thorough review because there's some great details I want to show you. But let's get it started up for now and show you the coal cars that we just added to the layout. New coal cars look great behind this big steamer. once again, thank you. I appreciate your support. It's Ken Holbert's Trains, and once again, welcome aboard.